Mealybugs do not appear by chance on your orchids. Either they were contaminated next to each other, as mealybugs are capable of moving, or at the time of purchasing your orchids, there may have already been mealybug eggs inside. The problem with mealybugs is that it is difficult to get rid of them completely, so it's better to prevent than to cure. Therefore, prevention involves observation. At the time of purchase, adults are very noticeable. The bodies of females are covered with a waxy, powdery white layer, like flour, hence the name mealybug. The female measures between 2 to 5 mm long, depending on its stage. Its body is oval and rounded, covered with a white powder that has more or less long filaments. The parasites clump together in clusters. They can be seen at the edges of leaves, along the veins, inside the petioles, and at the center of the orchids. So mealybugs are indeed present in more or less different forms. Now there is another aspect, which is the leaves. The leaves are very sticky, and sometimes we may have, why not, a sooty mold attack. Sooty mold is black soot that clings to the leaves and is actually a fungus. So, as I was saying, it's better to prevent than to cure. So, if you have fallen in love with an orchid, you go to a store, and there is a beautiful orchid that you found in a garden center, for example. If you are an orchid collector, or if you have several orchids at home, especially put this orchid in quarantine, because if there are mealybugs on it. Well, of course, if you mix it with yours, these mealybugs will move from one orchid to another. And it's the same if you notice mealybugs at home, mealybugs on an orchid, especially keep it several meters away really. Put it in another room so that the mealybugs cannot move from one orchid to another. So you understand, it is very difficult to eliminate mealybugs. It is a daily task. You need to take cotton swabs. You have to wipe the leaves every day, absolutely every day. You can use oils. We are talking about rapeseed oil. So with a cotton swab, we will try to work on one mealybug at a time to eliminate them. If you go 8 days a week without this daily work, well, they will quickly reappear. So you need to closely observe a mealybug when it lays between 100 and 200 eggs. It has a system of filaments immediately. It doesn't move, it will no longer move. And it will keep its eggs inside, so it will, as if it were incubating them, between 100 and 200 mealybugs will emerge. So imagine that you left just one female mealybug, and after a week, 2 weeks, you will find them with hundreds of mealybugs. So it is important to recognize when an orchid is affected by mealybugs. Often it needs to be set aside and sometimes completely eliminated.